Hi, Stephen from Exclaim Tech News. Exciting day. Finally, what's landed on my desk is the new Coffee Lake H Aero 15 from Gigabyte. It's with the i7 8750H CPU, so that is fantastic. It's a 6-core, 2.2 to 4.1 gigahertz. And of course, I have reviewed its predecessor, which, if you haven't seen it, click up here. That's with the i7 7700 HQ CPU. And I will do a comparison with that, of course. So that unboxing, full review to follow. Put in the description below what do you want me to test. So let's see what is in the box. So there's actually quite just a plain brown box, which I'm not sure if that's just because it's the review unit, because Gigabyte did send me this. So we've got the drivers and the manual. Cable, and we get, it's a 150 watt power adapter. So they did say that this is a very slim power adapter, so it looks exactly the same. So let's get it in for the camera. This is the new one, this is the old one, both made by G-Style, and it looks it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. In fact, I got to be careful I don't get mixed up, but you do have, like on before, you have the USB charging port on the back, so it's exactly the same as before. In fact, the thickness, you know, it might be marginally thinner, perhaps a millimeter or two, but basically, all intents and purposes, it's the same. So that's that, and here we have it. Oh, what do we got? We got a secret free gift. We like free gifts. It's a Steam gift card, you know, for $20. Nice. And by all accounts, if you register, buy one of these and you register it on their website, they will also plant a tree. And I think that's great. You know, we need as many trees as we can get these days. It's nice. I do like it. Now it's an aluminum or aluminium body. It's a chassis CNC machined. So this is the 15W. You can also get the 15X. Now the 15X is the only model available with the GTX 1070 GPU. It's a Max-Q GPU, 8 gigabytes of VRAM, and the 15X is the only one that has the UHD display, the 3840 by 2160 resolution. And the 15X in that resolution is available for about $2,500. And the Full HD version is about $2,300, whilst this model here, the Full HD, of course, 15W with the GTX 1060, is around about $2,000. But I think, you know, the Full HD should be nice on this. Both are going to be Pantone certified, so the colors should be accurate from one notebook to the next. And I will be measuring the color accuracy on that, of course. This model has 16 gigabytes of DDR4 2666 megahertz RAM. Now I stepped that up from say 2400 megahertz. It's nice, it's a bit faster, and it's 2 slots, so you can upgrade it to 32 gigabytes. There's also 2 M.2 SSD slots, so you can have up to 2 terabytes of storage. Now this comes with a 512 gigabyte SSD. They are PCI Express. So they say can be probably read speeds up to about 2,000 megabytes per second, and that's, of course, it's also very nice and thin. It's based on the HM370 chipset, and as I say, of course, it's got the new 6-core CPU in, and of course I will be testing it against its predecessor, the i7 7700 HQ, and we'll see how that compares. And I do like this like pattern at the back. Actually, you know, the light does glisten off it quite nicely. Let's see if you can see it there on the camera. But looking at underneath at the intake, so you do have, there's 2 fans and 2 heat pipes. So again, it shares the same heat pipes, but they assure me that you know, the temperatures will remain cool. And of course, the cool air gets poured in there, and it gets blown just at the back here. Must be just behind the hinge. You can probably just see it on this camera here. It gets exhausted out here towards the hinge. Now you'll notice that the webcam, of course, is based at the hinge area, which is a shame. Would prefer to be up here, but the bezels are very slim, 5mm bezels. And you'll notice next to the webcam there is another sensor. That's an ambient light sensor, which is nice. What it'll do, it'll fluctuate the screen brightness according to your lighting conditions, and that will also help conserve battery life. And talking about battery life, they do have some technologies at play which help with the battery. You have the standard mode, which of course charges the battery as per normal. You've got Express, which charges it rapidly. You've got the quality setting, which allows you, for those people who have their laptop plugged into the wall most of the time, that it doesn't put too much charge into the battery and decrease battery life. And I think that's a nice setting to have. And then you've got the customizing option where you can actually select when the battery stops charging. So that's nice to have. So powering it on, we can see the keyboard, it lights up very nicely. And of course here it's just changing colors, but you can change the keyboard lighting using the Fusion software. And the backlit also has a nice Gigabyte logo that lights up white. It's an N key rollover, and you can actually seemingly press 80 keys at the same time, and it'll register the keystrokes. Now there have been reports that the keys do skip you press a key and it stutters. Sorry, you press A and you get like 2 A's typing out. Well, they've sent me a firmware to solve that, so I'm going to be updating this fully, and I will test that for you guys to make sure that that fixes the problem. It's good to see that you don't have like a huge sticker, just a nice basic sticker, and of course you got here the notations of what those activity lights are, and Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, battery, and so forth. And one good thing I noticed also about the Gigabyte laptops is that you have when it's turned off, you can press that and get a battery indicator. The trackpad uses ELAN drivers again, which is a shame, but it is smooth. It's fairly large. It's fairly quiet to press. And I did try one in the PAX show, and it seemed to work okay. Keyboard's a bit rattly though. Spacebar is definitely rattly. Keys itself aren't not too bad, but the spacebar is rattly. So here I have my Aorus X3 V7. That's a 13.9 inch and a 15.6 inch. So there you can see there's two different sizes. And there's not that much difference. If I put the X3 on at the same time, on top of it, you're just talking about an extra inch long, and it's about the same depth, which is quite amazing. And looking at the thickness, about the same thickness, and we're talking saying about 1.8 centimeters thick. So that's pretty thin, really. It's about 0.7 of an inch. It's got a little dust on there now, but I think, of course, I don't know how it'll stand up to getting scratched. I mean, this was solid, so you always got to perhaps treat these with care. And in terms, let's have a look at its weight. It says 4.96 pounds. Of course, these scales aren't 100% accurate. They do weigh a little bit heavier. But compared it to the Aero 15, the Aorus X3, it's 4.1 pounds. So it is, of course, heavier than this. We have the Ethernet port. We have a USB 3 port, HDMI 2.0, so that's good for 4K at 60 Hertz. And we've got a display port 1.4, not 1.2 or 1.4. So again, that's 4K 60 Hertz, and combo headphone microphone jack. And on the right hand side, we have a ultra high speed 2 SD card reader. Now they say that's good up to 300 megabytes per second, so that's fantastic. And we've got the USB-C Thunderbolt 3 port there, two more USB 3.1 ports Type A, the power connector, and the Kensington lock. So that pretty much sums it up. So as I say, put it in the comments in the description what you'd like me to test, and I do have the MSI, hopefully the MSI GS65 coming in, and if it comes in time, I'll be able to do a comparison between this as well as the Aero, the AOS X3 V7, and some benchmarks comparing it to the previous generation of the Aero 15. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.